Good morning and happy Friday. Today, I want to chat with you about getting off the roller coaster of life and getting on a straight path that is going to actually lead you somewhere instead of back to the very beginning. So, in case you don't know me, my name is Rachel, and I help moms get out of that frazzled life that they live so that they can be happy and they can get fit and lose weight. And today I want to talk about the roller coaster. And I was inspired by this. Somebody on Facebook, I don't even remember who it was, posted something about, we take this road and it's, full of a few bumps here and there, but it gets us somewhere. And I started thinking about the roller coaster that I live on in from time to time in my life. And we've all been on roller coasters for different parts of our lives, whether it's our health and fitness or our kids or our marriages or other parts of our family. We're all on these roller coasters, and the goal with being on the roller coaster is to get off and go do something different. But sometimes we get stuck on that roller coaster over and over again. And just like I put up in the text at the top, we go to the amusement park. I love roller coasters. I love making my kids get on them. I love roller coasters. And you go around once, and sometimes you might even go around on the roller coaster twice if it's short enough. But when it's time to get off, it's time to get off. You might get in line and do it again, but you take a little bit of a break. But you for sure don't ride that same roller coaster over and over and over and over and over again without ever getting off. You end up feeling sick, dizzy. I can't even imagine how awful you feel if you rode a roller coaster 50 times in one day, the same one. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was the roller coasters of life that we get on and we don't ever get off. And then some tips that I've used to get off different roller coasters that I've been on in my life, as well as help you implement those tips into your life so that you can get off your roller coaster. So I know from my own experience, I've been on different roller coasters. One of which I'll talk about is just my health and fitness journey. I've always enjoyed doing workouts. It's always been my thing. It's always been kind of my time to be away from my kids. When I first started having kids, I found it difficult to take that time. It took me a few years to get in the groove of doing it. But now that I'm in the groove of doing it, there's hardly anything that would make me miss a workout. The nutrition part of my health and fitness is another story. That is a roller coaster that I lived on for, I guess I'll say since I've had kids, since I got this idea in my head that I needed to lose the baby weight. I'd get on the roller coaster of don't hardly eat anything. Eat a whole bunch. Don't hardly eat anything. Eat a whole bunch. Okay, I'm going to try this diet plan. That dived, and then gain a bunch of weight and go back down. It was this roller coaster, and I just kept getting back on. Getting back on. And in January of this year, I finally decided that I was so sick of living like that. Yeah, I looked like I was a normal weight. Yeah, it looked like I was meeting my goals, but inside I was constantly fighting with myself over what foods I could eat, what I shouldn't eat, and whether it was bad or good. And I just got sick of having that internal struggle all the time. It wasn't something I shared with a lot of people, although the people close to me would notice that on, weekends I'd go crazy on the baked goods. And then during the week, they probably didn't see me eat a whole lot. But it wasn't something I talked about because it was something I was kind of ashamed of. It was like, gosh, I'm, a health and fitness coach. Why can't I get my eating under control? And so finally in January, I got off the roller coaster. And the way that I got off that roller coaster was I made a decision to do something different. I decided I was going to follow this new plan. But this time, instead of it being the new plan I found in a magazine, it was a new program that I was doing with my team. And it was something that we were all doing. We all supported each other. I had their support. I could always had somebody to message me that I could message and say, oh my gosh, I just want ice cream so bad. And they'd say, no, you've got these goals, stay on your path. There's a bump in the road, but stay on the path. Don't get back on that roller coaster. And I didn't. I followed the plan. I feel like I've got my, eating under control where I'm not doing this binge thing every weekend and then, starve myself all week, binge every weekend, starve all week, because that never got me to where I wanted to be. It was a roller coaster, up and down and around, all the curves, all this unexpected stuff. And I go back to the beginning of the roller coaster where it started and I get on it and I go again. And it's never a place of happiness. So for me, this decision with my nutrition started with a decision. It started with having support, and it started with telling myself every day that I was going to be able to do it. So other roller coasters I've been on would be just dealing with children. I have 6 of them. I've encountered many issues with children, some easy, some difficult, parenting, the kid, my 4-year-old now, is just always seems to get himself into a situation I've got teenage girls. We've dealt with the kid that ran into the garage with our car. I've had babies that won't sleep by themselves. I've had kids that stay up all night, fighting kids to potty train, go to bed, all those things. And a lot of times parenting is like living on a roller coaster. You never know what's going to happen next. And then there's a dive. And then you go around and everybody's getting along, and then you have that dive again. The thing about the parenting roller coaster is that when you go around and around and around and around, when you make the decision to get off the roller coaster, it has to be about you and not about your kids changing their behavior. So what I did for so long, and why I couldn't get myself off the roller coaster with them, especially when I think of the fighting with the kids about keeping their room clean, was that I was doing the same thing over and over and over again. I was yelling at them because their room was a mess. I'd tell them to clean it up. They'd spend 2 hours cleaning it up. They'd be mad. They'd be upset. It'd stay clean for a total of 32 hours. I'd go in their room and it was a mess again. Then I would get angry, irritated. My gosh, why won't they pick up their room? Don't they care about their room? And then about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I couldn't stand it anymore. I'd go in, I'd yell, I'd get upset at them. They'd get upset at me. They'd clean their room, and we'd start that cycle. There was the roller coaster all over again. And finally, one day I was like, I'm so sick of living on this roller coaster. Why do I care if their room is clean? And the fact is, it doesn't matter to me. And it just became time that the decision in this case was to release the control over them having their room clean. They needed to figure out for themselves that having a clean room feels good. It helps them find their stuff. It helps them have a sense of ownership. It helps them take care of their things. Until they found that sense in themselves, all I was doing was like beating a dead horse over it. And as long as I kept beating the dead horse over clean your room, clean your room, clean your room, they never had the opportunity to figure out why they wanted to do that for themselves. So I've kind of released it. Now, I will tell you, there are times I walk by and I see those wet towels on the floor and I cannot contain myself and I tell them to hang them up. But for the most part, I'm trying to help them release, or I'm helping them by releasing my control and my anger over them having their room clean. What I did with my son a couple of weeks ago was I helped him by getting some shelving in his room where he can put things. And he expressed, Mom, I love having those shelves because I have a place to put my stuff now, instead of feeling like it's, all over the place. There's no place to put it. And I just try to talk with my kids about, it's so nice having a clean room. It's nice being able to find your things. Doesn't it feel good when your room's clean? Now, when we have company coming, that's a different story. There's kind of a reason why we got to clean our rooms. If I'm worried about the rodents or other monsters and animals living in their rooms, then it becomes time to clean the room, because then it's affecting me. But honestly, their room being a mess isn't really having an effect on me. It shouldn't affect me. It shouldn't affect my mood. And the more I get after them about cleaning the room, the more resistance they are going to give me. So I got off the roller coaster a couple months ago, and I just released the need to control their clean room. Now they are taking a little bit of control for themselves. Sometimes it's still a pigsty, but I honestly just need to let it go. So those are a couple of examples for me. There are tons of examples out there. If you're dealing with struggles in your marriage, someday it just becomes time to get off that roller coaster of having the same fight over and over again over who's going to do the dishes, or why are you controlling the kids' schedule, or why don't you want to spend time with me? It just becomes time one day to get off the roller coaster. 50 times is enough, moms. Going on that same ride 50 times is exhausting. And that's a whole nother Facebook Live, is talking about how much energy we expend being on that roller coaster. Spending the day at an amusement park is tiring. And if you're spending your life living on a roller coaster, you're exhausting yourself. And so I really, really, really encourage you, moms, to think about what that situation is that you're on the roller coaster with. And it might be different this week or next week, or maybe you got off a roller coaster and found yourself just jumping right back on another one. Let me know down in the comments, what roller coaster rides are you on? And let's chat a little bit about how you can get off that roller coaster. But ultimately, it comes down to making a decision, deciding you want off the roller coaster. If you just don't make that decision, you just stay on it because that seems like the easiest thing to do at the time, you're going to be on the roller coaster forever. And that's not easy. That's not fun. Looking back at the example of my kid's room, yeah, it's easier at the moment to yell and scream and make them pick it up and all that bitterness and fighting, but then I have to redo it again 2 weeks later. Isn't the easier thing to release it, let go of the anger, and teach them to take the responsibility for wanting their room clean? And if they don't have that responsibility now, they'll get it. I think about when I was a kid and all the times my mom yelled at me about cleaning my room, And I resisted. Why does it matter? It's not in your way, blah, blah, blah. And the fact is, I now want a clean house. I can understand the value of having something clean. So I guess think about your reason for wanting it clean. If it's so that you don't have to look at it, shut the door. Is it because of what other people might think when they come to your house and see that messy room? Who cares? Think about the decision to get off that roller coaster. Make that decision today and think about what you can do to release the need to do whatever it is that you're doing, to have that clean room. Release the need to eat junk on weekends, release the need to skip the workout, release all the stuff that's dragging you down and keeping you on that roller coaster, and decide today that you're going to get off. So when you listen to the replay, go down in the comments and let me know what roller coaster you're on, and let's talk about what kind of decisions you can make to get off of it. Don't forget to sign up for the 5-day Mama Meditation Challenge that we are going to start January 7th. I'm going to put that sign up down in the comments as well. So you can get signed up for that. It is going to take place in this Facebook group, and I want you to sign up so you can get all the emails and you can get the free Frazzle to Fit meditation that I'm going to be putting together for you. It's a guided meditation. It's going to get you started on the right foot every day or every moment that you need. You can use it to get off the roller coaster. You can use it when you really, really, really want to go into your kids' room and tell them to clean it up. There are so many times that you're going to be able to use this meditation. So I want you to sign up for the challenge so you can get a copy of that meditation and all the other freebies that I'm going to be throwing in there. We're going to be doing a little journal/affirmation work each day, along with just talking about meditation, how you can fit it into your life, how you can deal with the mind wander that you really don't even need to deal with. Mind wanders all the time when I'm doing meditation. How you can fit it into your schedule. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, I stay at home with 5 kids. How in the world am I going to do that? Right now, I think I've got all 6 of my kids home right at this moment while I'm doing this live. And it was a priority for me to do this live today. And so I did it. And so I get them started on whatever it is that they need to be doing, and I go do it. There are times when I do meditation during the day. I say, kids, I need a mama break. I need my 5 minutes. And I'll go upstairs in my room, turn all the lights, and find a guided meditation. And I just do it because I know that it's good for me, and my kids know that it's good for them as well if I get that time. So join me for that meditation challenge because it is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do a live video every day, and like I said, freebies galore. So sign up. I'm going to put that link down in the comments as soon as I hop off here, and let me know down in the comments also what kind of a roller coaster you're on that you really, really, really want to get out of, whether it has to do with your health, your fitness, your kids, your marriage, your schedule. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about the schedule roller coaster that we all get on, where we overschedule and we stress and we try to do too many things all at once. Let's get off the roller coaster together, ladies. So have a great rest of your day. And if I don't get on here live before Christmas, have a great Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I'll be for sure on live again next week. Bye-bye.